Hey everyone, it's Calvin, also known as Rummer, and this is Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Justice for All, and I'm having the time of my freaking life playing this game. This last case has actually been probably the most interesting case I've played over the course of 2 games. Now, here's the thing, I might still believe that the first case of the first game was one of my favorites, but I think that's just because it was my first ever case, and like, unraveling that was one of the most fun experiences I've ever had, to be honest, playing a Phoenix Wright game, or playing any type of game like this. Let's talk to Mr. Powers.
What happened? Why are you here?
You see I got roped into this somehow.
What?
And now I'm going to testify at tomorrow's trial. So the decisive witness is Mr. Powers? I was talking with a detective until a little while ago, and I was on my way home, when all of a sudden, you there! You're under arrest! I was brought back here. Oh. They said my face and whole self in general looked suspicious or something. Kinda. Yes. He looks like I got a man beast. Not in a bad way, he looks awesome. I'm just a normal guy on an exercise show for kids. Is that a crime? Let's talk about this thing then, tomorrow's testimony. So about this testimony you're giving, what are you going to talk about? I really don't know yet. But it sounds like I saw something pretty important for what they tell me. You saw something important? What was it? Well, the detective told me not to talk about it. You can't tell anyone, especially not that lawyer, he said. Who do you think is that lawyer the detective was talking about? I'm going to take a wild guess and say it was me. It was Pearl. Yeah, you got it.
Mr. Nick? Mystic Maya and myself are your only 2 allies in this whole world, but it's alright.
Ouch. I don't really have a lot of friends, do I? You don't need a lot of friends. I think when I was younger as a teenager, I thought that I needed everyone to like me. I needed everyone. I needed a bunch of friends. I had like 50 friends, and I called about 20 of my best friends. When you get older, and I think a lot of people will be able to echo this, as I got older, I realized that like these 3 people who are like my current closest friends, like these are the people I'm gonna stick with. And that's what you kind of have to like worry about, Phoenix. Maya and Pearl, fantastic friends. Yeah, Mia too, even though she's gone. Matt on guard. This is going to do a lot of damage to Matt, you know. Because he's got that refreshing like a spring breeze image going, true. But what is he really like? Well, let's see. Matt's always been kind of a player with women. No, he hasn't. Matt's sweet as a button. He would never really turn a pretty face away, if you know what I mean. He'd always say, it's just a game to— oh, wow. Oh, wow. No, Matt, please, no. No, I liked you a lot. I liked you a lot, Matt.
What? How horrible. That's unforgivable.
Oh, sorry, didn't mean to offend you. But, you know, he said once that there's only one person in the world who won't swoon over me.
One person who wouldn't swoon over him?
His manager, you know? Miss Adrian Andrews.
Why is Miss Powers suddenly looking kind of energetic?
So it's cool that like the dynamic of like how the dynamic of the characters and the relationships with each other to me is like really special in this game. It keeps growing and growing, and you learn more and more about the characters till the end. And like honestly, like I feel like people who say this is one of the worst entries in the series, which I've heard a lot, I'm very confused because this has a lot of fun cases. Yes, the first few cases aren't as serious as they could be, but they're very fun. They're very, very fun with a lot of serious moments in them. The fact that we're getting Adrian Andrews and Matt on guard lore at this point is fucking awesome. It makes sense that if he's a player, that he would gravitate towards having a manager that is the one person who wouldn't swoon over him. I'm not saying everyone would swoon over him. I'm just saying the one person who, like, he believes wouldn't. Gossip. You see, I'm actually a sucker for gossip.
Yeah.
I mean, celebrities in the world have a dazzling sort of image, right?
A dazzling sort of image? But aren't you part of that dazzle, Mr. Powers?
No, I'm more of a hairy, sweaty, smelly, brutish kind of guy, you see. But it's okay, really. I get to hear plenty of gossip about a lot of other stars around me as things happen.
Well, that's true.
Oh, hey, so did you hear about this yet? About Miss Andrews' mentor and her suicide?
You mean Miss Impacts? We heard something about how her wedding was cancelled.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I thought about it a little the other day about that mysterious death. Hey, Mr. Wright, why don't you ask me about that? Go on, go ahead.
Mr. Powers is so charged up, his skin is practically glowing with electricity.
it's really cool as well that they're showing that he really likes gossip. And the idea, like, this is gonna help us quite a bit. I think it's gonna help us quite a bit. But I don't think we should treat a suicide as a gossip. Hey, so have you heard this? Celeste left a suicide note. And they said that Juan went and hid it. We heard about it in court today. But there wasn't any actual proof that she had left a note. Well, this is what I think. I think that something bad was written on that note. Yeah. It's very clear that, like, Juan was trying to hide something. Something bad for Juan, that is.
Something bad for Mr. Koida?
Why do you figure so? Oh wait, was that Pearl talking or Phoenix? Well, before she died, Celeste talked with a few of her friends. And she said, "It looks like I got caught up with a truly insidious man."
A truly Did she mean Mr. Koida by that?
Well, there's no one else that fits the bill, right? And that would be reason enough for him to hide his... Can someone tell me what the name of this song is? I know you guys probably said it about a million times. But I like it a lot and I'd like to download it somewhere.
I see. Well, that's some good info, thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Ungard and Miss Andrews, they're both at the detention center right now.
There are still things I don't understand or know about, I'm sure. I have to get the two of them to tell me everything.
See, the problem is with this, Phoenix, and like, I get it. Like, I get it, right? Like, it's like we want to, like, I don't know, we want to do a good job with this, but like, we have like 5 Cyclocks, and I don't think we're gonna get a lot out of Miss Andrews. Now then, whose story do I want to hear? Adrian Andrews.
Ah, she's so cool. Oh, it's you. I'm sorry to be visiting at such a late hour, but there are a few questions I absolutely have to ask you tonight. Me? I thought your client was Matt. I'm sure Miss Andrews knows something. She can't be clueless about the secret Mr. Koida had on Mr. Ungard.
Matt Ungard.
I'd like to ask you about Matt Ungard, if you don't mind. Mr. Wright, you still don't know, do you? The real him. I mean... You seem to bear a lot of resentment towards Mr. Ungard. If that's the case, then why did you become his manager? And why would you become intimate with his rival? That has nothing to do with this case. Nothing.
I think, like, it has a lot to do with this case. Like, I'm sorry if, like, I don't mean to be, like, an arse to you, because I know you're probably still, like, not recovered from that last case. You seem pretty, like, downtrodden, though. About Celeste Impacts. I'd finally put her death behind me. And now, thanks to you, it's all come back to the surface. Oh, fuck. I'm sorry. They keep showing this, and it's horrific. I was shocked by her suicide. And it's true that when I heard the rumor that Juan was the one who had hidden her suicide note, I began to draw close to him.
I wanted to get her suicide note back. And to burn it.
You wanted to burn it? But why?
I didn't want it to spread like just another piece of gossip. But I never held any murderous intent towards Juan. I would never do something so stupid.
The suicide note, huh? I wonder what it said. But why frame Matt Ungard? Like, this is the crazy thing about it, is like, I agree with this question so much, because while I totally understand that Matt Ungard might not be the nicest person in the world, if there's no we haven't found any actual proof that Matt Ungard killed Juan yet. The only thing we have is how you framing him. I think we need to talk about this. Why did you try to frame Mr. Ungard?
That's simple. Because he's the killer. That's why. Isn't that the duty of every good citizen to inform the police? But there had to be another way.
The police are excellent at doing their job, so they figure it out, right? I get what she's about to say here. Yes, they're good at what they couldn't even figure out the real truth behind Celeste's death. She doesn't trust the police because they couldn't even help her with her mentor. That makes perfect sense.
Miss Andrews.
Well, I know you're not the type of person to do something without a reason. So please, tell me why you did what you did. Revenge.
Huh? Did you say something just now?
No! No, a Cyclock! Oh, it's just one. It's just one? It's just one. Okay, it's just one. A Cyclock, huh?
Don't you understand yet?
You're not my lawyer. To be honest, you're more like my enemy.
But
I'm sure I just heard Miss Andrews say, revenge. Okay. I guess we have to find more things. Again, I like to... Oh, you serious? Okay, like, let's do it. Like, let's listen to the song, I don't mind.
Mr. Nick, your phone.
Hey, that's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? I don't like the sound of the ringtone right now. It sounds kind of ominous. Yeah, I know.
Hello?
We're in trouble now, pal. I'll be back at the office really soon.
What's wrong?
Something really unexpected just happened.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Edgeworth? Anyway, hurry up and get back to the office, pal.
I don't know what's going on anymore. It's no good. The end.
What?
Hello? You got cut off.
Oh, what's going on, Mr. Nick?
Gumshoe said we need to go back to the office right away.
Then we should hurry back.
I'm scared to go back.
What are you talking about, Mr. Nick? Pull yourself together.
Maybe it'll be good news.
Somehow, I doubt that. March 22nd, Wright & Co. Law Offices.
What took you so long, pal? Mr. Edgeworth couldn't stick around forever and had to go. Well, what happened? We got him. We know who bought the spy camera.
Oh shit. This quickly?
And this bear's what gave it away, pal.
The bear?
I figured it out, pal. Oh no, please, no. I figured that we should be looking into the bear instead of the camera.
You're a good detective, man. But wasn't it Mr. Edgeworth that figured... Shh, Pearls. And go on.
Don't shush, Pearls.
There's only one person who bought one of those bears who's related to this crime.
Who is it? Who would be so rude as to spy on another person in the room?
Matt on guard.
Shit. Matt on guard, your client, that's who, pal.
And here I thought things couldn't get any worse.
Let's talk, Stuffed Bear.
Are you sure you heard right that the person who bought this bear was...
I heard it from the department store clerk, pal. This is the credit card receipt for the purchase. Oh shit.
It's for $3,800.
That's the exact match to the price of that stuffed bear.
A receipt? That's all you have?
Nah. We're in trouble. Like, we're in deep trouble. It's not just a receipt, pal. The store clerk said so himself. He told me, I'm sure I sold the bear to Mr. On Guard. I mean, the clerk even got Mr. On Guard's autograph out of it, pal. So I'm sure the person that bought the stuffed bear was Mr. On Guard himself.
My sight is failing me. This can't be, because yeah, Phoenix knows, and we were talking about this in the comment section as well.
Phoenix knows that, like, if he's defending the bad guy here, like, getting an acquittal for the bad guy is so immoral, but at the same time, you need to save Maya. Credit card receipt. Okay, we can use that to unlock his Cyclops.
So what about the spy camera we found?
That was a dead end, pal. I mean, you can get this kind of thing from anywhere. But for now, I guess I can give these back to you for you to file away into evidence.
So, yeah, well, like,
I'm pretty sure that it's Matt on Guard. I know you don't want to give up, pal.
I didn't think it was possible. The person who put the spy camera in Juan Korea's room was Matt on Guard.
Why would Mr. Guard do something like this?
I bet it was to catch Miss Andrews and Mr. Korea and oh, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe he didn't kill them.
I bet it's not good enough for me. I have to know the absolute truth behind this camera.
Are you going to see him, Mr. Guard, I mean? Yes.
I'm scared, Mr. Nick. I wonder what we'll find out next.
I'm scared myself, but I had to put on a good face for Pearls. Matt on Guard. What in the world have you done?
See, this is so awesome in terms of like I guess like, I don't know, I guess like a story, I suppose, if that's the best way of putting it. The reason why I love this so freaking much, is because we are constantly looking for more information and excited when we get more information. In this case, we're dreading more information. Like, we need it, but at the same time, we're like, I don't want to hear any more. And Pearls is like that too. So I guess we're gonna go to here.
You're working really late, you know? It's already past 10 p.m., my dude. I think it's time you told me the truth. Relax. Don't you know ignorance is bliss? But if you really want to know, let's talk.
So let's present this. Okay, let's try this. Let's try it. We haven't really failed one of these because they've actually like given us every single avenue to pass these. Like there's never been a time when we haven't been able to pass this. But 5 Cyclops is a lot. Matt's secret. Now let's hear what this secret of yours is. What if Mr. Creator had been successful in his plan? What would he have disclosed? I told you before, dude. I don't know. I don't know anything about Juan, okay? Look, Mr. Wright, I can keep on saying it until I'm blue in the face, but I totally didn't pay Juan any attention the whole time that night. I mean, come on. I was in the middle of a nap. Don't lie to me. Huh? I know you paid close attention to Mr. Creator, especially on that night. The spy camera. Yeah, the spy camera. Close attention to the spy camera, of course. We have a lot of evidence. More evidence than ever before. Someone used this camera to secretly film Mr. Creator's room that night of the murder. Secretly film? What? And then sent images with the camera took with this transmitter. Wow, but dude, where was the camera you're talking about hidden? It was in the stuffed bear. That spy camera was hidden in the bear's eye. A bear that was supposed to be a present from a fan. I guess one out of a few of those kinds of fans too, huh? Actually, I wouldn't say this bear was a present from a fan. You sure, dude? Who else could it be from? The person who gave this bear to Mr. Creator was... It was you. It was you! Oh, I feel so bad. Look at him. Look at our Matangard. Look at our poor Matangard. I don't want to put him in prison. I don't want to put him in prison. Mr. Uncard, don't you know who this bear is? Don't you know this bear from somewhere? I don't think I've ever met Mr. Bear before, dude. Oh, but he says he knows you. How could you forget such a great friend? What else did the bear tell you? Oh my god, no. He says that the one who put the camera in the eye was you, Mr. Uncard. If I didn't know how you work in court, I'd think I was in serious trouble. Come on, this is all a joke, right, dude? You're just pulling my leg. Looks like you're not ready to give up your secret yet. Well, do you have any proof that you wanted to show me first? Here is proof that it was you who put the camera inside the bear. It's the receipt, right? We have to present the receipt? Evidence. This is what I mean. They give you every single avenue to pass these. They never leave you, like, dead in the water. I have one here. A credit card receipt, Mr. Uncard. It's from you. It's from when you bought that stuffed bear. Dude, all you can tell from this is that I spent $3,800. I go to the department store all the time, okay? This $3,800, this could be a toothbrush I bought that one time. A $3,800 toothbrush? Toothbrush? It's ivory. It's got elephant hair for bristles. That's disgusting. Ew. Elephant hair. Is that what rich people use nowadays? Anyway, the store clerk clearly remembers you and your purchase. After all, you even gave him an autograph, did you not? Dude, you should have said that earlier. We still have 3 more Cyclops, though. So I can ask you one thing? Yes? You're my lawyer, right, dude? So, if you are, then why are you looking into stuff like that? Because if I don't know the truth, I can't help you. Sounds lawyer like stupid lawyer talk to me. Hey, let's stop talking about this, okay? No, not yet. I haven't asked you why you set the camera up yet. And what your secret is. Of course it would be strictly confidential. So, what are you going to do now? I'm going to find out what I want to know, because I must. The reason you hid the camera in Miss Creator's room and filmed it in secret is... It would be either I'm thinking because it's Adrian Andrews or it's the magazine clippings from the rendezvous, I suppose. I suppose we could, like, this might be a better idea than, like, because if you just present Adrian Andrews, then it's like very vague. Adrian Andrews. There's a rumor going around that Miss Andrews and Mr. Creator were having secret meetings. You, who was keeping tabs on Mr. Creator, you were going to reveal this as a fact and turn it into a scandal, isn't that right? Dude, you can be such a moron. Huh? Oh man, Mr. Lawyer, dude, that kind of scandal, that's the good stuff. That's what we in the industry call juicy. I guess, like, he's not wrong, right? Like, but no, in celebrity stuff, no publicity is bad publicity. The good stuff, juicy? Look, we can get publicity without spending a penny with that kind of stuff. I mean, if people stop paying attention to us, then it'll be the end, dude. Too bad that wasn't your intention. What are you talking about? I wish your reason for spying was something so innocent, but it wasn't. You didn't spy Mr. Creedy because of Miss Andrews. Then there's only one reason I can think for you to do such a thing. Okay, let's, like, the thing is, we have to, like... I don't know. I can't really... The real reason you set up the Miss Creedy's room was... He set up the thing. We're thinking he set up the thing to spy on them to make sure, like obviously to like see, like we could say it's for the rendezvous, which I would love for it to be, but I also think that he was just trying to see if the deed was done. So maybe this. By the way, my reasoning for this is that while I would like to believe that he did it just to film the rendezvous, which again is probably none of his business anyway, I genuinely am starting to think that Matt on guard put the camera in the bear because he wanted to make sure the job was done, and this is the only thing I can really put towards this. And again, they're feeding me this. They're feeding me all this information. Maybe he doesn't know about this card. This is a certain man's calling card. The man's name is Shelly the Killer, and I'm sure you know of him, don't you? Shelly the Killer? That's ridiculous. See, he's showing more emotion than ever. Well, why would I know some shady scumbag like him? So you know who he is? If you really don't know him, then why are you acting so jumpy all of a sudden? This is it. I'm finally starting to get to the truth. I can't afford to make any more mistakes now. Mr. Man on guard, I know why you know Mr. Killer. It's because you're a hero of justice. I want to say you're a hero of justice because it's true. And I want to say you're a star because it's also true. We love Matt, but yeah, you know, you're his client. Since you're the one who set up that camera, that means you knew. You knew exactly what was going to happen in that room. Can we not, like, I love Matt and Garrett so much. I don't want to, like, and I know, like, people can be like, you just love his hair and his jacket. Yeah. So, so how? How would you know something like that? It's because you're his client, that's why. You hired Shelly the Killer to assassinate Mr. Juan Corrida. The real mastermind behind this whole murder is you, Matt on guard. And here I was, trying to be a good boy for you, dude. What? I thought if you didn't know, you'd be able to do your job without feeling bad. Well, that's what I thought anyway. Mr. On guard, you really did hire? Hold on a sec, I'm gonna consult myself. What? Consult myself? Well, I guess it's probably about time anyway. About time for what? I think it's... That was fast. That was fast. What the? No! No! Not you! No, Matt! No! What is happening? And he has a wine glass? No! Bring back Matt on guard! Ah! I'm so upset. I actually trusted Matt for like the whole case up until like a few, like last episode. I thought he was like actually telling the truth. That's so fucking awful. No. No, that's not wine, that's cognac. But what is he? He's a freaking cool scar though. What is that? Someone tell me what this song is. I'm so upset. Like, I'm so, like, no, come on, Matt's secret. Well done, Mr. Wright. I bet it wasn't easy to gather as much information as you. What is happening? So you are Shelly the Killer's client. You didn't really think I would dirty my own hands in this, did you? What do you mean? And that woman, Adrian was quite brave herself, trying to stick the crime on me. I didn't think she had it in her. But all I care about is that Juan is dead. Isn't that right, Mr. Lawyer? You're lying. What a terrible... It's way past your bedtime, little girl. Okay, outside. Come on. No. I like Matt on guard just as much as the next guy, but if you insult Pearls or be condescending to her, we're going outside. Ow! I hit the microphone, I'm so sorry. Go on. Let us grown-ups talk about more adult things.
But why? Why did you hide the video camera and...
A weakling soon believes the words of others, just like that pathetic Adrian. He knew about Miss Andrews' secret. Not gonna lie, he looks even cooler. But I'm no weakling. I don't believe anyone, least of all assassins. What? Oh, come on now, Mr. Wright. Assassins aren't above blackmail. True. They turn their clients into cash cows by holding sinful deeds over their heads. And a superstar like me, how much do you think I'm worth? Care to guess?
And that's why...
Yes, that's where the video comes in. It's got his face and the crime scene recorded on it, preserved for all time. With that, I can keep him at bay and even blackmail him if I want. That's right. That video is my insurance. Isn't that what they call it, Mr. Wright?
Why would you do something so wrong?
Because I'm a grown-up, and I can. Good enough for an answer for you, little girl? Outside.
Why would you kill Mr. Corita?
Because he was about to sling so much dong onto my beautiful public image. Scandals are a little annoying, aren't they? This is all because of that press conference, isn't it?
If Mr. Corita had been able to give it, then Mr. On-Guard's secret would have...
Ha, well, that's what we call taking advantage of the situation, you know. I had no interest in doing it really, but bit by bit, it crept up onto me. And then the situation just presented itself perfectly. How beautiful, I thought.
And that's how Mr. Corita ended up dead.
Let me tell you something. I'm not like Adrian. I don't depend on anyone. People are simply things to be used and thrown away. Put on a sweet, innocent face and people will swallow anything you feed them. I cannot believe it. It's true, he fooled me. He got me, it's so true. He had this like really sweet and innocent face and I wanted to believe him so badly. That is so good. That is so good. He tricked me, like, for sure.
Adrian fell for it, the assassin too. Oh, and how can I forget?
Even you fell for it, Mr. Lawyer. Everyone all working their butts off for me, Mat on Guard.
Oh, did that leave you speechless? What a shame.
What's wrong, Mr. Lawyer? You've grown awfully quiet. How could I have been so deceived by you all this time? When we first met, I asked if you killed Juan Corita. And you answered very clearly that you hadn't killed anyone. Hey now, I never told you any lies. The person who did the killing was the killer guy, right? All I'm guilty of is taking a catnap in my room. You killed Mr. Corita. I dare you to say that in court tomorrow.
Oh, but too bad, you can't. You're my lawyer after all, aren't you?
You could always drop my case and refuse to represent me. How does that sound?
Oh, but you can't, can you? That would be the one thing you absolutely can't do. Mystic Maya.
You wouldn't want to test the killer. He's a man of his word, or so I hear. You could end up getting a certain friend of yours rubbed out if you lose. You scoundrel. So if I were you, Mr. Wright, Esquire, I think I would give him my all tomorrow. Remember, everyone likes a happy win-win resolution. I'll get you for this. That's such a cliche phrase. One says something just like that if memory serves. Of course, well, we all know how things turn. Oh my god. He is like the best villain that we've had in this game. Good night, Mr. Lawyer. Maya, what am I supposed to do? Holy shit, what even, like... What can we do? Is there anything we can do? And now? Now you finally found it. The starting line of this case. Edgeworth. I don't care for the horrid atmosphere here. Let's return to the precinct. Okay, so we just had like one of the biggest moments, I think. I don't know, I'm gonna say it. The biggest shock to me in the first two games. Easily the biggest shock to me. I was not expecting that whatsoever. I kind of expected like Mat on Guard to like stumble into this case and like stumble into like picking out like, you know, to like, you know, start this or whatever. It's kind of funny though, because when you think back, like everything's there. Literally like every piece of evidence is kind of there. Like once you realize like that, all of his like happy accidents and like all the information, it kind of like makes sense now. Poor Adrian Andrews. March 22nd Police Station, Criminal Affairs Department. I didn't listen to her. I didn't listen to her at all. I'm an awful person. Well, Wright, what are you going to do if you plan on changing your strategy?
No, we can't do that.
That's right. He's holding Maya hostage. What should I do? That's not something I can answer for you.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Right, only you can decide where to go from here. 1 year ago at that time, I didn't truly understand what a prosecutor was. And that is why I had to leave the prosecutor's office. I felt that I couldn't stand in court of law until I knew what a prosecutor really was. And now, Wright, it's your turn. Whoa, I just got chills. My turn? What is this thing called a lawyer? What can you do as one? You must find the answer, and you must find it on your own. I'm a lawyer. But to fight for someone who is clearly a killer... Mad on guard. That man is really... Ah! It doesn't matter who. Every person deserves a proper defense and a fair trial. Isn't that the basis of our judicial system? Proper defense. What exactly is that? It's where a lawyer forcibly and blindly gets acquittal through shouting and trickery. Ironic that you of all people should say such a thing. Isn't that exactly how you have fought your clients up until... No, okay, we have not defended a murderer. We have never defended someone who has actually been bad, or at least been ultra terrible, like an evil.
Well, that may be true, but
that's because I believe my clients to be innocent from the bottom of my heart. That's true, but if we were to get a guard and acquittal, that isn't a proper defense at all. I can't believe this is happening. This is so exciting. I became a lawyer because I thought I could serve people too. Save people who are suffering and in pain. But when I look at this mess we're in, I can't even protect the person closest to me. Even if I win this case, I still lose in the end. This is such an awesome way to turn the story. Having Phoenix question his own, like his own career path. Because this is the first time really we've hit this kind of roadblock. I just don't know what to do. Right. Would you get hold of yourself? You have it all wrong. We aren't some sort of heroes. We're only human, you and I. You want to save someone? That's something easier said than done, wouldn't you say? You are a defense attorney. You can't run away from that. You can only fight. That's all you can do. Why fight? People like you and Franziska von Karma are always using all you have to pin me down. You fight to the very end even when you know the truth is not with you. But I'm not like you. I'm gonna cry. Hearing Phoenix talk like this, it feels like it's been building up inside him for so long and he just wanted to say this for so long and now like this is like sending him to the breaking point. This is so sad. I can't fight for a false verdict for a man I clearly know to be guilty. Franziska, she fights for herself. The only thing she fights for is her perfect win record, that's all. And? Isn't that the same as you? Isn't that why you ran away a year ago? Because your precious win record was destroyed? You were so petty. I see. Now I understand why you despise me so. However, you are mistaken. What did you... Thanks to you, when you sealed off my path to a perfect win record, I began to realize the error of my ways. I realized that things such as a perfect record were meaningless. What? I don't believe you. Are you saying that that is why you left the prosecutor's office? But then why? Why are you here now? The answer to that is something you will find out on your own. I have faith you will see it before the verdict is read tomorrow. But if you can't, then you'll be powerless to change the ending of this story. It's so oh shit. It's really crazy that that Nick is experiencing this now. Mr. Nick, the transceiver. I'm sorry for what happened earlier. Now then, Mr. Turner, do you wager you can obtain an acquittal by tomorrow? My, what is the matter, Mr. Attorney? I don't sense your usual anger this time. Tell me, please. Why are you holding Maya hostage for Modern Guard's sake? Why are you doing this? Doing this for that cold-blooded killer? Right. Please don't misunderstand things. He's my client. don't toy with me. A man who hires an assassin is just as much of a killer himself. I agree. I believe you're asking me for a reason as to why I'm doing what I am. Yeah. This is what I like to call my aftercare. What the heck is aftercare? My name carries a certain amount of honor and dignity, Mr. Attorney. I take great care to ensure that no suspicion falls upon my clients for my handiwork. That is what is called client relations. And it is part of an assassin's duty. An assassin's duty? Fuck off, okay? Like, I hate you. We are unlucky this time as my client was arrested as a suspect. As a result, I did what I had to do to enlist your expert help, Mr. Attorney. And to ensure that you would do everything in your power to the very end. What is your name? I believe I told you once before, however. You did? My name is The Killer. Shelly the Killer. You're Shelly the Killer? Please keep in mind, you do not have much space to maneuver with me. As a killer, I always finish what I set out to do. If you fail to keep up your end of the bargain... Maya, it will be my duty as an assassin to see she receives a nice long nap. You are a bad person, and honestly, I hope that we get a scene where you get to just punch your face in this. So it's like, honestly, look, you're doing this to you're hurting Pearls and Maya at this point, and I'm done with you. I'm done. Now then, if you'll excuse me, if someone were to trace the signal back to me, it would be quite troublesome. A cat? It's Shu! It's Shu! It's Managard's cat! Let's go to his house! I knew it! Mystic Maya. I don't know what to say. Edgeworth. Did you hear that? At the end of the transmission. Huh? Oh, that. It sounded like a cat. A cat? Can't be. That cat, can it? What is it? I think I know where Shelly the Killer is holding Maya hostage. Edgeworth, have all the police units head for Angar's mansion immediately. Yes! Alright, you hurry over there as well. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Don't lose hope yet, Pearls. The fight has only just begun. Yeah. Oh my god, I'm kind of scared though. I'm kind of scared. Where do we go? Where do we go? Do we go? I think we have to go to the hotel lobby, don't we? That's where we go from here? Yeah, the living room. March 22nd, on Guard's Mansion living room. Maya! Please answer us, Mystic Maya. We have this area completely surrounded. There's no way for him to escape, assuming he's still in this area. I can't believe it. The butler. All this time he was the killer. He and Guard were working together all this time. I'm sure they'd worked out a contingency plan ahead of time. The bear. There's a bear. What is the bear doing there?
Oh, it's a figurine of a bear. But there are a lot of cuts in it for some reason.
Figurine added to the court record. A bear? Isn't that more of a thing for Mr. Kurita? Why would something like this be here? Right, look down. There's a little pet door installed here. Ah, I'm sure that's for Shu. Do you think that this came through that little door? This door is locked. Well, I'm pretty sure you This is the room! Ah, there's no one here. From the looks of this room, I would say this is Ngar's private lounge. Look at this, Wright. An antenna for sending and receiving radio signals and a VCR. Check inside the deck. If there's a tape, it would be an important piece of evidence. If we're lucky, they'll have the moment the crime is committed and recorded on it. I'm sorry, but the tape deck is empty. There's no tape to be found. No! But there's no mistake that someone used this to record something. It looks like someone took a tape without, we're looking for and escaped with it. Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh, the wine cellar, is she still there? There's a picture of Celeste on the fucking end of the he's planned everything. We searched all over, but it looks like he got away. I'm sorry. It looks like he slipped out of our grasp this time. And now, we've lost our only lead. Don't give up yet. That little girl is looking to you to be our pillar, yes. Yeah, you're right. We're close. I can tell. We've already set up checkpoints along every route leading out of the district. Leave the rest to us. Maya. This looks like a picture of Miss Impax. With love, Celeste.
Miss Impax, you mean?
Yes. Mr. Kurita's former manager.
Why would a picture of Miss Impax be here in the Guard's mansion?
Why does it say with love? This might be a clue. What's wrong, Pearls?
Please let me see that picture frame.
Oh, Pearls is gonna do some detective work? What's so special about the frame?
On the back. There's something written on the back of the frame. Maya. It's Mystic Maya. She left us a message.
What? What does it say? Maya, this is not this song. I miss her so much. Why is this making me sad? I miss her so fucking much. I thought you'd come. I knew you would.
Now listen up. You better get on guard.
Why do I feel so sad? I don't understand. If you get that creepy slime bag and not guilty, I'll never forgive you. I'm fine, so you don't need to worry. There's so much I want to write, but I don't think I have a lot of time left.
Pearly, you're there too, right? Make sure you help Nick, okay?
Someone's gotta watch out for this helpless lunk. That's it for now. I skipped the last line by accident, but fucking hell. That's yeah. I'm the same, Pearl. I'm the same. Like, it's one of the times I'm really happy I don't do face cam because I have like those like teary-eyed thing going on. Right. What's wrong? Why the blank stare? Nothing. We've searched the house and this is the last room. It looks like he eluded us. Edgeworth. Yes? As far as clues go, I think this is all I'm going to get. But I'm still short at least one thing. And what is that? Miss Andrews' psych lock. If I could just find out what secret she's holding, then I think I can stand a chance in court tomorrow. To blow this case wide open and expose the truth. I think I know what you're thinking. I'll contact the detention center. Thanks, Edgeworth. Well, let's go, pros. It's time to open that last lock. March 22nd, detention center visitor. We're just going straight to the detention center. Like, is this? I wonder if this is gonna be the last place. What's wrong? You look ill. Miss Andrews, I can't remove your psych lock. Psych lock? I want to know, and you will tell me. Your secret. Fine, go ahead. Try and break me if you can. No, sorry, present. No, I pressed core record instead, sorry. Why frame him? Can you please tell me why you framed Mr. Ongar for the murder? I've already told you countless times, it's because I thought Matt was the killer. Well, that's not it. I know you have a personal reason to dislike Mr. Ongard. Miss Andrews, you may think I didn't hear it, but I know you said something earlier. You said revenge. So you were saying I was taking my revenge out on Matt, and that's why? What an absurd idea. I don't have anything I want to take revenge for. I've been thinking about this for the past like 10 minutes, and it hurts to even like think about this idea. Miss Andrews, a woman who lives of being dependent on other people. There's something or someone in her past that would make her take revenge. Celeste. There's only one catalyst that could cause such strong feelings and even revenge, and that's Miss Impact's suicide. What are you trying to say? Celeste was Juan's manager. On top of that, the one who hit her suicide and was also Juan. What does this all have to do with Matt? You're right. You haven't mentioned him yet. But for you to hate Mr. Ongard, it would mean that he must have had some real relation to Miss Impacts and her suicide. Can you explain to me this relation between Celeste and Matt? The picture. Right, the picture, because like... This is a photo of Miss Impacts, correct? She looks younger than when she passed away, though. Oh. With love, Celeste. This is Miss Impact's handwriting, right? Isn't it? Where did you find this? No, that's alright. It was a rhetorical question. Yeah, it is. I found this at Mr. Ongard's mansion. And after all this time, my last remaining secret has been revealed. There we go. There we go. I think
I think that this is going to be the most important part of this entire trial. I really do think so. Why frame him?
Celeste, she was supposed to get married to Juan.
Yes, but I heard that it didn't work out.
Because Mr. Krita didn't want to get married to her anymore, right?
Yes. Because of Matt.
Because of Mr. On Guard? What do you mean?
I think I can see where this is going. Celeste, she was Matt's manager a long time ago. She was the happiest woman in the world at the time. Fuck, look at them. They just look so happy. They're a really cute couple. I was working part-time then, and I often saw the two of them together. So that's why, with love, Celeste is written on the frame of that picture. They were a couple, weren't they? It wasn't anything as splendid as that. Celeste was being used. Oh, shit. Toyed with until she was thrown away. That's what he said. He does that shit. This has been building up for a while and I was a fool. Me, Calvin. Calvin, also known as Romer. This is Calvin being a fool. That's it. That's honestly it. That's so horrible. Matt's entire image is built up around how nice and wonderful man he is. Yep. And there's people like this in real life, by the way, who will put up this front and get everyone on their side. And luckily it's changing as time goes on because we're starting to believe people a lot more when they talk about shitty people like this. You know, manipulative people like this. But I'm very sorry that I didn't trust Miss Andrews in the first place. I guess we didn't have a lot of information, but... Which is why Celeste, in her kindness, moved over to Worldwide Studios. And that is where she met Juan. She seemed really happy with him, even happier than when she was with Matt. Celeste and Juan were such a good match that they were even planning to get married. And then, it was suddenly called off. On the night of Juan called the marriage off. Celeste, she killed herself. And that's why I framed Matt. It was revenge for Celeste and for myself. Because there's so many awful people who are so good at manipulating, and like, you won't even know for years. It takes like years for you to find out that they're just awful bad people. I'm sure even you can guess why Juan called the wedding off, right? Matt confessed to Juan about his relationship with Celeste. I see. So that's what happened.
But then why did Mr. Krita have to call off the wedding? I don't understand at all.
It was probably because of his worthless male pride. Juan and Matt were always fierce rivals. Matt waited for the wedding announcement and then unleashed the truth on Juan. He was aiming for when it would hurt Juan the most, of course.
Poor Miss Impacts.
That wasn't the end of it. Jesus, why do they keep showing this? That day, I'm almost certain that Celeste left a suicide note behind. And in that note, she left a detailed account of Matt's various misdeeds. And so that she would never again be hurt by Matt, she chose to die. Fucking hell. This Matt's some scumbag. He's some fucking scumbag. Fuck. Sorry for swearing so much, but... Then Juan discovered her body. He hid her note. But why would he do that? It's simple. Juan realized that the note was a powerful weapon against Matt. And it would be especially damaging to his refreshing like a spring breeze image. Juan should have shown this to the police. Should have shown this to the police. In any case... With his pride hurt, Juan sought revenge. Revenge? There's that word again. Juan wanted to publicly disclose the contents of the suicide note. At a time that would cause Matt the most damage, of course. And that was at the press conference after the stage show. I know all about it because I heard it all from Juan. It was so I could find out all about that. I drew so close to Juan to begin with. They're quite a pair of hideous monsters, aren't they? Even Celeste's death was something for them to use in their game. That night when I found Juan's body, it was only natural that I thought the murderer was Matt. Those two were always spying on one another after all. As for me, I was frantically searching for Celeste's suicide note. I wanted to destroy it before it even went public. I was going to burn it. I'd even brought a lighter. But I couldn't find the suicide note. And that's when revenge crossed my mind. Yes, I was going to bring them my own kind of cruel revenge. Celeste was killed by those two monsters, so when I stabbed Juan's body with that knife, I didn't feel a single shred of guilt. And that's all I have to say. Well, Mr. Wright, even knowing all this, are you still going to help that man? I'm a lawyer. I see. What a foul profession. Oh my god. This is the best episode that I've played of the series so far. By far. Like, they're bringing up questions of what it means to be a lawyer, how people perceive lawyers, and even at this point, like, how, like, what we're all thinking at this point in stage as well. Up to now, it's been, we know these people are innocent from the bottom of our hearts. Now this is clearly a thing where we know this person is not innocent, we know he's awful, and we're trying our very best to, like, defend him anyway. Thank you very much for your time and for talking with me. It was no big deal. I couldn't sleep anyway. I can't sleep either. Not with my situation or what I know now. I have a lot of thoughts, and I'm sorry for pausing for a bit. I was just trying to gather them. First of all, just to get this out of the way, I wanted to talk about how the parallels are working in this episode, and they're really fantastic, actually. We have, you know, on a very different level, we have Matt, who's being very manipulative, and Juan, who's being very manipulative, and then you have to look at the way it turned a very innocent and shy person like Miss Andrews into that very type of person, but for a different reason, trying to manipulate the situation herself as well. I also want to look at like the pillar thing, how very clearly Miss Andrews' pillar was Celeste, just like Pearl. By the way, I want to say this right now. I think that it's kind of a tri-pillar almost. We're Pearl's pillar. We're keeping her sane. But I honestly think that like Pearl and Maya are keeping Nick sane at the same time. And without Maya, Nick is at a loss. I love that the questions are coming up in this episode of what it means to be a lawyer, what it means to be Edgeworth and Phoenix, how foul this profession can truly be, as she said, as Miss Andrews said. I think this is one of the biggest twists ever. I think this is the biggest moral dilemma that we've ever had. I think this is the most serious case we've ever had, and I don't know how I'm going to get through it. I really do not. I feel so bad for Miss Andrews. I feel so bad for Celeste. Those are the two victims in this crime. I know one was killed. I know that it's not warranted to just kill someone for that reason. But if I'm looking at who I believe the two victims of this case are, I'm going to say it was Celeste and Miss Andrews. And in my book, I'm having this moral question in my head that's kind of hard to think about. Saving Maya means letting this evil man go free. Two evil men go free. But letting that man go free also means that Miss Andrews and Celeste will never get their justice, and possibly it seems that Miss Andrews will be named the killer in the end. So we're going further down this rabbit hole of making Celeste's memory disgraced. Not only disgraced, but making the woman that she left behind as her protege disgraced as well. Honestly, I think it would be spitting on her memory completely, and that makes me sick. It really does make me sick. This episode has done a really good job of making me feel for characters, to make me change my mind back and forth, and honestly, I cannot wait to see what's going to be happening next, but at the same time, I can totally wait because I'm terrified. Thank you so much guys for watching. This has been so awesome. We're going to be going on to the trial now, and possibly the final part of the series. There's going to be a few episodes left, I'd say. We're about 6 days away from the next series or something like that. Like, regardless, by the way, even if we end this early, I'm going to upload like maybe a few random gameplay videos in between now and the next series, because I feel like, you know, it might be a good idea. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have been recording for an hour again. I didn't even realize, and I'll see you very soon.